let's go ahead and get started with the meeting. Since Mr. Chairman, Mr. Hawkins has retired from the board, as Vice Chairman, I'll start the meeting off. I'd like to call everybody to order. I'd like to welcome two new members, Mr. Chuck Smith and Mr. Michael Solomon. Welcome to the board. Appreciate y'all willingness to serve on this industrial board. In addition, I'd like to welcome Jeff Bobo with Rogersville Review, Anna Adams with the Kingsport Times News, Cody Woods and Emily Perry with Congresswoman's Harshbarger's office, Calvin Clifton with Mallory and Craig, Nancy Barker with Chamber Director, Seth Rogan with the Board of Education, and of course Lynn Tully with the State of Tennessee, and Tim Carlisle with the Public Trust.
Concerned citizens is not united, okay?
Well, with the retirement of the chairman, I think what we're going to do is we need to elect the officers. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to, of course, well, before we say this, before Larry retired, he appointed a nominating committee, Mr. Orville Armstrong, Mr. Bill Lyons, and Mr. Paul Keys, to come up with a selection of officers they recommend. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Armstrong.
Mr. Chairman. As Patrick said, that we were on a committee. We met and we had discussion. And one of the hardest things was is we have such skill sets in this committee to pick who was going to do what. And we looked at it from the standpoint of tenure, what they bring to the show, and everything. The report of the committee is that we recommend that Patrick Lund be the chairman, James Sadlin be the vice chairman, and Jeremy Jones be the secretary treasurer. And some of the thinking about that was, anytime an industry comes in, they want to know about your utilities, and then we've got the 3 utilities covered, so to see if they can do it, plus tenure on the service, and we appreciate it. But you know, that's not to say there wasn't other skill sets available here on this board. There were, but at this time with projects that are started and they've been involved in it, that would be our report. Now, I'm going to ask the vice chairman to hand me the gavel. We're going to ballot on these. Now, we need a motion to accept the report of the committee in the second.
I move to accept the committee's input.
All right, now, before we go into the election, we will say, for the office of chairman, are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Being none, for vice chairman, are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Being none, for secretary treasurer, are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, we will vote on the proposal of the committee. We will pass out the ballots. A written ballot. If you're accepting the report of the committee, just check beside the name. And while we're balloting, Gary, we do appreciate all your time and efforts and things, but we do understand your situation.
We're out.
Well, I understand that, but we do appreciate everything you have done. Go forth and lead.
Pass them on down.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Such small quarters here.
shoes.
Yes, I'm good. It's all of them. I'm good. I got enough.
It's unanimous for all three.
Patrick, you have been duly elected. Do you accept the position of chairman of the Hawkins County Industrial? I do. Brother Jimmy, you have been elected vice chairman. Do you accept?
I do.
Jeremy, you have been elected secretary treasurer. Do you accept?
I
Thank you
do.
for your service. Back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong. Appreciate it. I hope I don't let you all down. Trust in me. I hope, I think Mr. Sandlin, Mr. Jones will probably feel the same way. We appreciate the honor. And like I said, we hope we don't let the county. That's what we're here for, is the people in Hawkins County. So.
We'll hold you accountable.
All right. With that, we have the approval. We need to do the approval of the previous minutes of the meeting from December.
I so moved. Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Good.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the report of the Secretary Treasurer.
Basically, there's nothing to report. There was no deposits taken and no checks written. So the beginning balance in December was $8,462.69, leaving a balance of $8,462.69.
I hear a motion.
I moved to accept.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Moving on to old business, we'll give you some project update. Project Elixir, they are in the process of having the land surveyed right here shortly.
It's already been done.
Has been done. Once they get the land surveyed, they'll turn it over to our attorney, Joel Conklin. We will then write up the deed of sales and we'll proceed with the sale of the 5 acres of land on that. So, other than that, I don't think we have any other old business. Going into new business, I know it's not on the agenda real quick, but Rebecca did hand you out a list of all the commissioners with their addresses, phone numbers. Please check those to make sure those are correct.
Did anyone not receive it when they came in?
I probably did.
Okay.
Of course, if it's something that's different, or needs to be changed, or is incorrect, please let Rebecca know.
Just mark it on there and give it to me.
Moving on, we'll discuss next is bank accounts. Right now, bank accounts are with U.S. Bank, but we do have a CD with Thread Bank. Rebecca's told me that Thread Bank has offered to host our stuff without any fees, unlike U.S. Bank. Is that correct?
That
Rebecca?
is correct. We do have a checking account at U.S. Bank and a CD at Thread Bank. Then we have Phipps-Bend Joint Venture has a checking account at U.S. Bank and savings account at Thread Bank. Thread Bank, I am proposing that we consolidate all accounts to Thread Bank just to make it more streamlined and easier. In return, they will not charge us any fees. As long as we do the online banking. That would give me permission to access the accounts online, and any of our signers would have the same permission to access the accounts online for information purposes. Thread Bank would not be charging us any fees. US Bank is charging us $6.50 a month for the Phipston joint venture checking account. US Bank is giving us 0.2% interest on our savings account for Phipston. Thread Bank would be giving us 2%. So we're basically getting, Phipston joint venture is getting like 23 cents a month in interest, where we would be getting $100 and something a month in interest on the savings account. So I'm proposing that we move all the accounts to Thread Bank, because we're gonna have to get new signers on the accounts now anyway. Since Larry has retired, he was on the account, and then Kerry Jackson was on the account as Secretary Treasurer, so we would need to remove those. Of course, if we change banks, we don't have to remove them, we would just close the account, but then we would add Patrick Lund and Jeremy Jones. Does anybody have any questions? Does that make sense?
I'll make a motion, we make the changes you've outlined.
Sounds good.
And
I'll
add
second.
Patrick and Jeremy Jones as co-sign. So
Put that in part of the motion.
Yes.
Bill
I'll
made it.
second it.
We got it. Kerry seconded it. Kerry.
Carrie.
Seconded it. Okay. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Next, you have a little handout called our program of work for 2025. And this is like a kind of a plan that Rebecca says we have to have of things we try to accomplish. This is necessary for some of the grants that she applies for. That goes, you have to go through it and see, was there any major changes or anything passed?
There's really no major changes. I just updated a few things with what we had done last year. Basically, it's like to continue to achieve the 3-star certification with Hawkins County, with Nancy, the Chamber of Commerce. We do an annual report or newsletter, which I do this every year, and I did put that in your packet as well, the 2024 year in review, and that gives you a synopsis of everything that we did in 2024. Then we just, attend as many conferences and TVA meetings that I can within our means of the budget. Continue to grow our existing industry programs, which we do. We have the REAP breakfast every year, and then we have the 2 existing industry meetings every year for FIPSPIN. The regular visitation program to all the industries, which I do in conjunction with Lynn Tully and Allison Dover. And we just do our workshops and conferences, and we participate in the wage and benefit survey through the First Tennessee Development District, and then apply for all the grants and everything. And of course, we continue to work with the Hawkins County Board of Education and our Tennessee College of Applied Technology to meet the needs of our workforce. And continue to work toward recertifying the Hawkins County as a certified ACT work-ready community, which we did last year, and so that will be up again in 2 more years.
Thank you. Again, this is something necessary for us to be able to apply for grants, help with our industries ourselves. Does anybody have any questions, concerns about it? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept this program for 2025.
I'll make a motion.
Second by Robbie.
Yep.
All right, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, next on the agenda, we have the Tennessee Economic Development Partnership Funding.
This is one of the grants that we have to have this program of work for to apply for each year. I have applied for this, and this helps us with our existing industry programs, and I did receive $1,000 for that. So I have received the $1,000 from TVA for the fiscal period of 2025 to help with our existing industry programs.
Good work with that.
Thank you.
All right. Next, networks update. I don't think we have anyone from networks. So next we'll just move on to state of Tennessee. Lynn?
Sure. I won't provide a networks update, but I will say that we continue to work the projects we left off with in December. And so, like I said, we've still got quite a few things going on. Everything takes time, so just bear with us. There's some patience needed. Next week, I do have a meeting in Nashville with all of our mayors county mayors from this district. And so that includes the Hawkins County mayor as well. So our commissioner will be meeting with them, as well as they'll be meeting with other commissioners across the state. So if you've got anything in particular that you need me to highlight or would like for me to highlight while we're in that meeting, let me know. We'll be doing that day. It's next Tuesday.
Thank you, Lynn. Next, we got Calvin here. Calvin, would you like to give us an update on projects that you're all working with us?
Really don't have anything to add right now with the survey you mentioned earlier. We've wrapped that up and should be issuing the plat tomorrow. So continuing to work with several other prospects, providing information regarding the infrastructure at Phipps Bend. Really nothing else to report.
Thank you, Calvin. All right. Mr. Johnson, would you like to tell us the latest at TCAT?
Well, believe it or not, I don't have a whole lot to say, but we have, of course, we've dealt with the weather this month, and we have a fairly good virtual program in place for several of our programs, honestly. And I was a little bit hesitant about that, but now that I've seen it in action, I think it's going to be a good thing. So there'll be no more snow days for us, and that's fine. I like it that way because those breaks when you're doing hands-on work is really difficult. It's odd that you hand this out because that's what we're going to do when we have a faculty meeting this afternoon. We're working on goals for this coming year. Hopefully the expansion. I don't know anything new now today, but hopefully that will be started before too long in terms of designers coming in, things of that nature. So I'm looking forward to that. Placement numbers are high still, 85 plus in all classes for this past year. All of our classes are full. Truck driving's full for the next class. Basically, the things that we say that we want to be status quo, and then the other exciting stuff hopefully is on down the road for us with the expansion and the things that we talked about this afternoon.
We look forward to that expansion. I know there's a lot of people who worked hard on that. We appreciate that. So, yeah. So, all right. Seth, would you like to give us an update on the schools?
We're in the same situation with Charlotte, really. Everybody got out on the weather. We're finally been back this week's first full week we've been back. We've got a lot of exciting things happening. I know we've said it over and over, but we're finally breaking ground. That's good. We've got the middle buildings going to be installed probably within the next few weeks. So we'll have 2 barns, one at both schools, and this one for volunteers. And hopefully we have a meeting tomorrow. I thought it was this afternoon. It's tomorrow. With the construction company about our big projects, with the expansions on both of those, CQ buildings and chairs and volunteers. We should be breaking ground shortly for those as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Nancy, anything from the chamber?
Just real quick, we've got the legislative breakfast coming up the 8th, and we're having all their, hopefully Diana's going to be here. Where'd Cody go?
They already left.
Hey, yeah. And then we'll have our new state senator, Bobby Harshbarger, and of course Gary and Timothy Hill. Tickets I do have tickets available. They're $20 each. You can get them from board members or at the chamber. And we're in the process of reapplying for the 3-star. Of course, they revamped it a little bit, as always. And so there's a bit of grant money available, and I don't know whether you all have to approve that or not.
But Rebecca and I had talked this year that we would use that grant money to redo the industrial board website. So, they haven't told us how much we will be allowed to apply for, but if, you know, if y'all have to approve that ahead of time. I don't think, I'm almost positive there's never been a match before on that one, has there?
Not usually.
No,
Not
there's
on a
usually
Freestar,
not,
yeah.
unless you get one of the really big ones. And we have a stakeholders meeting that will be scheduled, February the 20th. Jody Slager will be here and she will, help us set some goals and stuff for the community. So, I think, looking around the room, I think a lot of y'all are on that list that she asked me to provide for her. So, when we get that information out, if you can come, it is from 9 to 11. So if you can come, we would certainly appreciate it. It will help us in getting our certification, but it'll also help us look at our community as a whole and see what we need to do to make different improvements. So, so that's the two things that I have.
Thank you. Mr. Carlisle, non-United Citizens, would you like to say anything? Rebecca, I think Rebecca wants to say
Okay,
stuff.
I was just going to say, I do have these board meeting calendars, if anybody wants one. I gave them out at the last meeting, but I've got some extras here. Also, just if your name, phone number, address, email, or anything's wrong on that roster, just mark it and hand it back to me today. Can you not hear me?
Can't get enough for this vent up here.
Okay, just fix the roster and hand it back to me so I can get that corrected. And then the legislative breakfast, as Nancy mentioned, I will be taking care of any board member that wants to go. The industrial board will be taking care of that. So if you want to go to the legislative breakfast, let me know and I can get you a ticket. So I think that is it.
All right.
You said that was the 8th.
February the 8th.
What time?
It starts at 9 and usually we have you out by 11. It's on a Saturday.
Is it in Rogersville?
Yes, it'll be at the American Legion.
Oh,
Post
okay,
24.
okay.
I got tickets, it's got all that number.
Most everybody else will show up at 8. So
It's great if we can have some board members there representing us. So.
I think it's good.
Don't leave me standing there alone.
And it's a good opportunity to get to know our new senator, because, you know, we're trying to break him in on Hawkins County and so. And they've made all the, I think the appointments have already been made of their committees, so, be a good time to get to know him.
If you haven't attended one, they're really, really good. You get a lot of good information, especially on the state level. I will speak to Mr. Higgs does an excellent job on informing people what's really going on and all that stuff. It's really worthwhile.
Representative Hicks is chairman of the House Budget Committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a very powerful
Or
position.
History Bridge or something.
Need about.
All right, does anyone else have anything they'd like to discuss?
Patrick, I would just say that I know most all of you, but the new members, Matter and Craig's been providing engineering and surveying services for the industrial board for, 20 plus years. And I try to attend the meetings when I can. We also work for utilities throughout the county and municipalities in the county itself. So if I can ever be of assistance to any of you, if you don't have my contact info, any of the board members, just let me know. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anything else?
The chamber breakfast will be hosted by Hawkins County Schools next month. It's February 27th. It'll be held at the Peter Inn, the old elementary school. We've got a training facility there now. I encourage you to come. The CT department's kind of running it on the presentation piece. We've got a new simulator in-house now that is really cool. We've got truck driving simulating on it, tying right with TCAT, and then also a couple other things with excavator, metal truck, things like that. But we'd like to show it to you, show it off a little bit. But that's going to be part of our RV that travels around for our local CE lab for our middle schools and elementary schools.
You said the 27th?
27th of February, that chamber breakfast will be hosted.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah.
So the Peter Inn School, Jim.
That one's gonna be a special one. Our principals will be in-house that one they typically have principal meetings on the same days as chamber breakfast and industrial board meetings at the PM.
Okay.
So they'll be there to meet you all as well.
Mayor, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, did I get it? I got my feet wet.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, committee.